Welcome to eDay29. Today is Wednesday. We are going to continue solving equations. This is W12 in 8th grade. First, let's go ahead and rewrite this equation off to the side. When you see a fraction, I want you to set it up as a proportion. So we're going to put this over 1. Another good thing is to use parentheses anytime you see more than one term. And we're going to cross multiply. 2 times 4 is 8. And when we cross multiply the other side, we have 1, and then our parentheses z minus 12. Distributing 1 doesn't change your problem, and that means 1 times z is 1z, and 1 times negative 12 is negative 12. If we're trying to get our z by itself, we're going to add 12 to both sides. 8 plus 12 is 20. And that equals 1z, and 1z is the same as just z. Let's try the next problem. So for this problem, first thing we're going to do is we want to move this 16. Always look at the sign in front. The sign in front is positive, so we are going to minus it to the other side. And when you minus it to the other side, you get negative 6. And this will cancel out. When you drop down the c, make sure you take the sign with it. So it's a negative c. What a negative c really is a negative 1 being multiplied by that c. So to get c by itself, we're going to divide by negative 1. And negative divided by negative is a positive. So positive 6. Now the next one, we have variables on both sides. Because the right side only has a u, we want to move this negative 2u to the other side. Now when you move things across the equal sign, you do what's called opposite operations. So if it's a negative 2u, you're going to add 2u. Those will cancel. And then we get 8 equals, and then we're combining like terms, so negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4u. To undo this multiplication, we are going to divide by negative 4. And then we have 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. I'm rewriting this next problem. So the difference here is when you're on the same side of the equal sign, you do as the sign says. You're only going to do inverse or opposite operations when you're moving across the equal sign. So these are just going to get put together. 20 minus 15 is 5v. And then we're just going to drop everything else down. So minus 4 equals 6. Next, we want to move this minus 4. To undo a subtracting 4, we are going to add 4. These will cancel. 5v equals 10. To undo multiplication, we are going to divide. So divide both sides by 5. So v equals 2. Okay, our next problem, I'm going to go ahead and rewrite it. Now notice that our r's are on different sides. Anytime you're going across that equal sign, we do what's called inverse operations. So if I want to take this negative 10r and move it, if it's a negative 10, we're going to move it by making it a positive 10. So now what we have is negative 12. Negative 9 plus 10 is 1r. And on the right side, we have negative 8 because those 10 r's cancel. The next thing we want to move is the negative 12. To move that negative 12 to the other side, we are going to add 12. These cancel. 1r you can write just as r, and negative 8 plus 12 is 4. Shrink it up just a little bit. And then let's go to our last problem. Okay. I always get rid of my parentheses first. And parentheses mean I'm going to be multiplying. So 2 times d is 2d. 2 times a negative 13 is negative 26. And then rewriting everything else we have. Once we're on the same side of the equal sign, we're going to combine our like terms. So we have our 2d. Negative 26 minus 3 is negative 29 equals 1. We're going to move this negative 29 to the other side by doing opposite operations. So we are going to add 29. So we have our 2d. 1 plus 29 is 30. Right now we have multiplication. To undo multiplication, we are going to divide by 2. So d equals 15. All right, so that IXL is W12 in 8th grade. You do have to go to 100%. We are more than happy to help you, so come on Zoom and we can help you out if you get stuck.